Hi guys, Tony Hayes here, and this video I want to talk about a service that I'm introducing, and it's a shortcut to internet marketing success. Now, before I get to the actual offer, which I will show you how you can do things really fast track and make money really fast and continue to make money from that point forward, what I want to do is talk about the typical journey that an internet marketer will take. And I've broke this down into four sections. I called it Evolution Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and then the last part where I introduce what my new service is. Okay. So typically in the first part for a newbie coming in, basically they're trying to make money online. Eventually they will get quite good at doing some part of internet marketing. Could be something like PPC, could be something like SEO. And from that point forward, it gets a little bit crazy. I mean, it really does, and we've all been there before. This is where the overwhelm kicks in. This is where we're spending money on tools that we never use. This is where we're buying things like backlinks to rank, 2 or 3 months later and stuff like that, and a whole bunch more stuff. And it often causes friction at home. This has happened to me before. I actually lost a wife, partly because of this as well. I just kept buying stuff as I tried to educate myself, and I had the kind of mentality at the time that I needed to learn as many parts of internet marketing as possible to become a very, very good apprentice and then finally become accomplished at whatever I do in internet marketing. So for me, it was SEO. I bought a whole bunch of backlinking tools, softwares, and expensive stuff, and a whole bunch of courses. Some good, some not so good, but that's sort of part of the territory. Um, at that point, we start to learn about conversions. Well, I did anyway. We start to think about, okay, I can generate traffic. Now, how do I get the most out of that traffic? And we start to think about conversions. And hopefully you're doing that as well, because if you're not doing that, then you just really haven't understood that SEO is to get traffic. And with traffic, we need to maximize it. Okay. But we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. Okay. So anyway, after we start to learn about conversions, if you're smart, you'll start to learn about other traffic methods as well. I mean, it's not just SEO. It's not the only way we get traffic. There is paid traffic. There's retargeting, which is even cheaper than buying tools and backlinks. There's a whole bunch of ways that we can do traffic generation. We can do it via forum marketing. We can do it via media buys. There's, massive amounts of ways that we can get traffic, and traffic is a commodity. So if you're still stuck at any of these points up here, the first 2 or 3 points up here, then you really need to start thinking outside the box and start to think a little bit more about other ways to get traffic other than backlinks, okay? Because you will not make money if you're going to wait for 3 months, keep buying tools every week and doing stuff like that, right? So if you're smart, you'll learn the other traffic methods, and even smarter than that, you will start to split test your traffic, because when you know how to get traffic, then it's time to split test, increase your conversions, and therefore you get into a return on investment rather than just a hobby of spending. But this is all mostly done as a newbie, as an affiliate competing against other affiliates. Or if you're in the local market, you're doing this to compete against other, maybe more established local consultants. So let's take a look at the evolution part 2. Okay, in part 2, what typically happened with me anyway is that I started to create my own products. Okay, I had done affiliate marketing, I had done the local marketing stuff. I didn't like it. I felt like a boss, and I wasn't making enough money in affiliate marketing. So I decided I was going to start to create my own products. Okay, so instead of competing with other affiliates, you aim to have them working for you. Okay, and the beauty of this is that you start to build a buyers list, and you start to make affiliate sales much, much simpler than you ever could by putting videos on YouTube and waiting for rankings and competing with people and buying more backlinks and stuff like that. Once you have done a product, it's a very, very simple process from going from A to Z with the product promotion, if you know what you're doing. Okay, so when you start to make your own products, you start to change things around a little bit. You get things falling in your favor a little bit more, and instead of competing with affiliates, they start promoting for you. Okay, they let them do the SEO, we let them buy the backlinking tools, we let them do all that stuff, and we don't need to. We just focus on our product. But there's a problem. There's a problem when you start to make your own products, and that is, how do you get the top affiliates to promote for you? If you want to do the big launches like you see on the JVZoo, big launches like you see ClickBank, you know, all those different types of platforms, then you need to have top affiliates promoting for you. There's absolutely no doubt about that at all. A very, very good affiliate can drive, you know, hundreds of sales. You on your own, you might be able to do, you know, 200 sales on your own. But if you've got a top affiliate, you can double that, maybe even treble it. If you got a bunch of top affiliates, then we're talking in the 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus front end sales. And front end sales mean for us that we got 2,000 buyers or 1,000 buyers. Okay, this is extremely important because if you never had a list before, you probably have got no idea how much value is in that list. Okay, so the problem is once we start to make our own products, we need to be able to get the top affiliates to promote to really make it. Okay, and that is not an easy process. If they don't know who you are, then it's going to be a little bit difficult to get on their radar, and it takes a while to get on their radar, and things feel slow, the sales feel slow, and conversions on your launches will probably happen more on the front end and not so much on the upsells. And I've seen this happen actually recently with somebody else who just released his first product. His front end sales were good. He actually managed to get some support because he put himself out there and he was asking around for people to email for him. But you know, a lot of affiliates might not have because they look at his funnel and see it's not converting. They can see his OTOs are not converting, and most of his conversions happened on the front end, but very, very little from the OTO one upwards. And this is a major problem because affiliates don't forget that. They're very reluctant to promote for someone who doesn't know how to create a funnel that will convert so that they can maximize the revenue they get for sending their traffic. Okay, so if an affiliate sends 100 clicks and he's getting a 10% conversion, okay, at $10 a time, then he's making $100. It's about $1 per click. That's like kind of okay. But if that product has got a very, very, very good high converting funnel, that $1 per click easily can multiply into $3, $4, $5, $6 per click. Okay, and this is key. Okay, so you need to understand that kind of thing in product creation, and this is where a lot of new product creators really, really trip up, and this is where they all get stuck. Apart from that, they get stuck on things like technical issues and they don't know how to do this and don't know how to do that. The little things that we take for granted that we do every day since we've been doing it a long time, you know, a newbie product creator can get a little bit frustrated, and ultimately they wish there was a fast track. But there's another part of the evolution that comes after this as well. And this is what I call the moderate success level. This is evolution part 3. Now, most people, if they enjoy doing the product creation, if they see that they can do this and they know that they can pull through it, if they just get a little bit of help, they try and find a mentor. You know, I did this as well. I found a mentor. I spent $5,000 for this guy, and you know, I'm not going to knock him, but he did nothing really special for me except for give me a little bit of advice on very, very short one-on-one calls on Skype, and then he emailed, you know, I think 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 times for me and helped me to get a couple of hundred sales on my $10 product. Okay, which was never going to pull my $5,000 back, but thankfully I had, you know, a reasonable funnel at that time, which brought me in a little bit extra money, and plus I used the same product to put it onto other people's thank you pages. That got me another 1,000 people on my email list and things like that. But things just fell into place for me after that point, and I got a little bit lucky. Okay, that luck doesn't necessarily come with everybody who creates a product, unfortunately. So what people try to do is they get a mentor. They will pay thousands of dollars. These guys are not for hire for, you know, for anything that isn't interesting for them. So you're going to be paying thousands of dollars to be able to get this person to help you, to build you, you know, to help you with your product launches and stuff like that. But you will still have to create your own product ideas. Okay, you will still have to get things done, all the tech things, things like licensing, things like setting up JVZoo funnels, things like setting up Wishloop and optimize press and all that kind of stuff, your member sites, and get your tutorials done and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really, really frustrating if you don't know how to do it properly. Okay, you will get a bit more organized, and probably they will point you in direction of some YouTube video or maybe get somebody to help you to do it, but it will probably cost you even for that little bit of help. Okay, but what you will notice is that your funnels should start to be getting better by this time, but still not quite there yet. Okay, still not quite there yet because There's a lot more to funnels than even some of the mentors know. Okay, you will drive higher traffic volumes if they can get the support for you. Okay, and you will end up getting a bigger buyers list, which is really extremely important. This is why you see so many launches on JVZoo priced at $27, $37 for great software. Okay, you're wondering how can they sell this for $27? Or maybe you think this is a normal price when really the normal price should be something like $200, $300, $400, but they're selling it so cheap because they get a buyers list which is far more value than the 197 or 297 they would get with less people buying, because at the end of selling at 197 or 297 they haven't got a massive buyers list. Okay, they've got a higher value buyers list for the people who will pay that price point, but if you've got 2,000 people at $27 instead of 50 people at $197, you're going to make a lot more money over time than than the 50 people than if you had 2,000 people. It's just mathematics. It just happens. If I send out an email today and we do less than $500 in a promotion from just one email, I'm extremely disappointed. I'm just thinking, what did I do wrong with this promotion? Or maybe I didn't put a bonus, or maybe I didn't make the bonus clear enough, or maybe just the sales page, I didn't check it out properly. Maybe, I'm looking for maybes if I've done less than $500 on a single email promotion. Okay, so when you get to that kind of level, you understand the value of your list. In fact, when you're looking at your stats, when you've done an email promotion, the only question you have got on your mind, once you understand the value of a list, the only question you have on your mind is, how do I drive more traffic to these offers? Because you might see that you're converting at 10%. You might see you're converting at 17%, sometimes even higher. We did a promotion last week where in the first 2 days we were promoting, we were converting at 37%. Okay, 37%. It wasn't massive traffic we were getting there, but I got my message across via a bonus page that filtered out the people who did not want to purchase the product or didn't like the bonuses and they went to buy it from somewhere else. But the people who came onto the sales page had 37% conversion. Okay, now these kind of conversions stand out. Why? Because when people have a JV page up and when they're announcing the leaderboard, if they're mentioning that you've got 37% conversions, that makes people take notice of you. Okay, even if you're not even high up in the leaderboard, if they've mentioned that, that makes people take notice of you. That gets you on people's radars. Okay, so there's a lot of little tips and tricks that a mentor can teach you like that, so that you can get on people's radar a little bit quicker, and you can drive higher volumes of traffic. You can get bigger buyers lists and stuff like that. And if you're lucky, you will start to get on the radar of the top affiliates, and you really start to realize the value of your list. But I'm going to introduce you to something very, very special. Okay, really special, that you really should just spend the next 3 minutes, shut off all distractions, get rid of them, and watch this next part of the video, because this is what you want to be able to end up with if you want to get into product creation, because this is the fast track. Okay, so introducing I Am Alpha Xtreme. I Am stands for internet marketing. It's not standing for I am, okay? So I Am Alpha Xtreme, internet marketing extreme. Okay, so what you will get with this is an alpha mentor. This is me. Okay, I have been around the blocks with product creation. I've done 6-figure products without affiliates. Okay, and I'm going to show you some stats in a minute that will make you take notice. Okay, I should have really started with those stats at the beginning of this video, but I decided I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to come across as being arrogant in any way. So what I want to do is just explain to you what you will get if you take up my offer with Alpha Xtreme. Now, wait till the end of this video, because you need to see some of the stats, the real-time stats, the real-time figures, where I'm going to show you $400,000 earnings from just 2 products, where I'm going to show you $400,000 earnings with no affiliates. Okay, this is really the extreme stuff. This is how we make money online. This is how we really do product launches and why we do product launches. And I do things slightly different from other people. In fact, from a lot of people. I'm not saying I'm the only one that can get those results. There's a whole bunch of people who can even get better results because they've got bigger email lists. But this is a fast track to get to where I am. Okay, so you want to get an alpha mentor, which is me, because I have very, very unique ideas for products. I've got very unique ways of doing high converting funnels, and I've got very unique ways of promoting products as well. Okay, so you will get your product idea done for you by me. Okay, now many of you will know me who are watching this video. You know that I come up with some of the most innovative ideas in internet marketing for software. This will be a software product. You will get all that techie stuff, all that really frustrating techie stuff done for you. The wish loop, the optimized press, your membership sites, your licensing, all that stuff done for you. Okay, you will have your high converting funnels done for you as well. Okay, this really comes back to the product idea, because when I create a product idea, I don't make a product just good enough for launch. In my head, it's the ultimate. I can make it, okay? And when you have an ultimate of something, then you can break it down into sections and say, okay, I want to do this for the front end, where we can sell, kind of low cost, so that we can drive as much front end sales as we possibly can. Okay, well, that's the goal when you're doing a big launch on JVZoo. So you want to get that buyers list as quickly as possible. Okay, the easiest way to do it: sell at 27, 37, or 47. But I'm going to tell you how we can sell it again at 197, even before you go into a launch as well. Okay, so you get the product idea done for you, broken down into OTOs. So this is your front end. You need a product license in there for your licensing. We take care of that. This is your OTO one, extra features. We need a product license in there for that particular version. Okay, that's all done for you as well. Okay, all you need to do is go over to Upwork, take the specs that I give you for the product idea that I give you, and it will be a very good product idea. Okay, and then you go and find a developer. You pay for the developer to get the tool done. When you start to filter through the applications for these developers, then you bring it down to about 3 or 4 very good guys, and you bring them to me, and I will do the final interview for you with them, and I will even negotiate the price with them for you as well. Okay, now we did this with one of my top coaching students last week, and he has now got 3 products, 2 actually in development already. The first one is a very special tool, and you will see that in the next I would say about 3 weeks. Hopefully that will be ready with the additional stuff that we're going to add in there. Okay, and that's going to be a fantastic tool, and that will be a hugely popular tool. And you know, that's all the idea came from me, and he has gone and spent the time and done the work to find the programmers needed. Now the advantage he has now is that because he has found good programmers, I think he's found 3 altogether that are very good. Okay, and he can reuse them again and again and again. Okay, so if he wants to get another product idea from me after he's made money, and he will make good money with that first one for sure, then he's going to be able to come back and get another product idea from me. Okay, very simple. And most of this stuff being done for him, with all this techie stuff, the membership sites, licensing, all that stuff, all done for him. Okay, he just needs to do what he needs to do, which is get the work done that he needs to get done, with filtering through the developers that apply, making sure it gets done, passing them on to me for final interview, managing the project when it comes through, and then when we start to launch, he has to do the support. Okay, and that's basically it for him. He will have to pay for things like Facebook advertising, ad spend, but I will set up the Facebook ad campaign, the first one, for him as well. Okay, and plus we do all the affiliate recruitment for him as well. So what we do typically when a product is ready, we will make sales before a launch and pull the money back in very fast. Okay, how do we do that? Well, we do a webinar with my list first, and probably I can get another, 1 or 2 top affiliates to come in as well. I'm talking about guys who've got email lists of about 40,000 people in them. Okay, and if you do a webinar, you got a whole bunch of people in there, and we come across very well with that product. And I will even do the product webinar if needed. If somebody doesn't feel like they can do that, then I will do the product webinar for them. Okay, and then we can go and make a bunch of sales, something like $197 right off the bat, and you could be making high 5 figures just by doing stuff like that. Definitely 5 figures, for a minimum 5 figures, and so the money gets pulled back that has already been spent. Okay, then we start to prepare for a launch. Okay, when we're preparing for a launch, there's multiple things that needs to be done, and if you've never done it before, it will seem overwhelming. For us, it's just second nature. We do it all the time. Okay, So we create our funnels, we put it inside JVZoo, we start recruiting affiliates, we have JV pages, we have bonus pages, we have pre-launch pages, and we start to create a buzz before the launch as well, okay? And we start to be able to build the sort of launch atmosphere, and it's a very, very exciting thing to be part of. It's really exciting. Apart from seeing the six-figure launches and stuff as we're doing it, it's even better when you just feel the atmosphere of a launch when things are going well, because you have done things properly, you've done the hard work, you've prepared. It's an exciting thing to be part of. And you know, when you're in that situation and when you cross over the six-figure line in a launch, you think, we've done it, we've done it, we've achieved the goal that we wanted to achieve, but we've still got a ton more sales left in this product, because we are making a product that is not built for launch. It is built to be evergreen, okay? And plus you got all those nice buyers list that's coming into your Aweber or Get Response, whatever, okay? So to be able to do this, you really need to be able to have those high converting funnels, because otherwise, if you haven't got good funnels, you will not get top affiliates no matter how good that front end product is, okay? You will have very, very few top affiliates mailing for you. And even if they do mail for you, once they see that it's not converting, they're not going to send that second or third or fourth email for you, because they're just not making enough money on your launch when somebody else has another launch that is converting higher. This is crucial, okay? And this is the fast track, okay? So at the end of this, you're going to have a much, much bigger high value buyers list. Plus, we will have retargeting campaigns set up for you, okay? We would expect to have high five-figure to six-figure plus launches. For some of these tools that I've given my other student the other day, the first one for sure is definitely going to be a six-figure product. Okay, absolutely guaranteed it's going to be a six-figure product. It cannot not be a six-figure product. It's that good, okay? How can I say that confidently? Experience. I know what sells, and I even know what price point to put in for when we do the first release to my list, where they get the full version with all the OTOs included, and how much we should make from that, to when we go into launch and we start to sell the front end at low cost $27 or $37, where we're driving, you know, thousands of sales, okay? Because we will have the top affiliates, we will have, you know, the funnels done properly, we will have everything done properly that we can be able to drive traffic, drive sales. Plus we can retarget everybody who ever came into the bonus pages, the sales pages, pre-launch pages, etc. as well. And plus you have a buyers list. Now what happens after you do a launch? It doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. We still have an extra bit to do, okay? Every single launch, if done properly, will have a post-launch promotion or a series of post-launch promotions in place, ready to go. You will start promoting that from your email list, from your new buyers list, okay? You will start promoting that via retargeting the people who were on your bonus pages, on your JV page, not JV pages, on your bonus pages, on your pre-launch pages, and on your sales page. That can be tens of thousands of people that you're retargeting, okay? Highly targeted. And because these are traffic that you generated when you go into Facebook and YouTube, etc., to do some retargeting, then those, you know, that traffic is extremely cheap to be able to get clicks, okay? And they're already warmed up to your product. So we can do extra things there. This is crucial. This is really, really crucial, because in a launch, typically what we will do is we will use JV managers who will take a percentage of the sales. Plus you have PayPal fees to come off, plus you have JVZoo fees to come off, plus you have the affiliates 50% to come off as well. Okay, so by the end of the launch, you're looking at the money, you're thinking, wow, I didn't really make that much, but I've got a big buyers list. But when you get into the post-launch promotion and the affiliates have gone, the JV partners have gone, and it's just you and working with me as well, then we'll be able to do some really decent sales. And I'm talking 5 figures minimum, where we're making, you know, 10, 20, $30,000 on that back end. And this is really, really crucial. Okay, at that point, you're still left with your buyers list. Okay, so maybe somebody comes out with a new product next week, you like that product, you tee up your email in Get Response, it takes you 5-10 minutes to write it, you send it out, and the first thing you notice is, wow, I've made $400, $500, $700 from sending an email. Is this real? That is what it's like, okay? That really is what it's like, and this is what people don't understand. You've heard it being said before, you know, the money is in the list. Well, that is why we say the money is in the list. I wasn't anywhere near the first one to say it. I heard it for years as well, but I never understood it until I sent my first email. The first email I sent, I made $444. And I thought, wow. The second email, I made $1,500. And I thought, wow, this is incredible. So I was making more money from my email list than what I make in my launches. Okay, promoting other people's stuff, and I didn't have to do the hard work of creating a product to make those additional sales from my email list. That was promoting somebody else's hard work. Okay, and so then you get that reciprocation thing happening, and you're on the radar with a lot of people. And what you will start to see happening is, because they know you have done high volume sales in your launch, they will start approaching you saying, hey, I've got a new product, would you like a review copy, will you email for me? And that way you're already on the radar, and that means that you have just been fast tracked. Okay, absolutely no doubt about it. By the end of that, by the end of the I am Alpha Extreme service, you have been fast tracked. You're already on the radar. You don't have to go through all that stuff that other people go through, and all the frustrations that come with it. Okay, so this brings me over to the sales page. Now, I did send this out yesterday, but I didn't realize that WordPress, the WordPress plugin, the Instant Builder plugin, needed to be updated. So there was parts of this missing, and there was a big gap up here at the top, and I didn't even realize because I was looking just at the preview and not on the actual published page. So apologies if you came to this page before that and it looked a little bit, just a little bit odd. But anyway, we got it fixed today. So what's included in this package? Well, basically everything I just told you there in that last slide. You will get the product idea and concept designed for your mapped out, for your spec'd out, for you to give to somebody on Upwork or Freelancer that you will hire to develop the software, and I will help you at the point where you have filtered them down into the last 3 or 4 good quality applicants, and I will tell you which one I think is best. You can choose any of them that you want, but I will tell you who I think is best, and I will even negotiate on the price for you. Okay, because sometimes they will try to charge you too many hours, but you've got the value of my experience there that I can try and help you. Okay, I will help you with that initial product idea, that we will have extra features, enough extra features in there that we can do upsells, and we can have a high converting funnel. Now, what's good about this is, because we're adding extra features to the software from the front end to the OTO1, OTO2, OTO3, etc., is that it's all congruent. Okay, so we can take something that is a very, very good idea, and we can put it on the front end, and it will make big sales. Then the OTO1, great, you've bought this. This is what you're getting, and that's what it's going to do. You will get everything that's been promised so far, but wouldn't you like to have some extra features that can do this, this, and this for you? Okay, this is normal, guys. I mean, I know that I've come up across people before that said, oh, you put in extra features so that you can do an extra sort of OTO and make more money. Well, yeah, it's a business. Okay, how much I can get for $27 or $37 is another equation as well. But if I've got good ideas that I can add to that, to that $27, then that is great. So that we can do an OTO. We can sell that for another 27, 37, 47, whatever. And the same with the OTO2 and the same with the OTO3. Okay, this is normal. This is absolutely normal. This is how we build up to have a very, very good product. But you can tell them on the front end, this is what it does. We do not add anything else on there beyond what it does. There is no hype. There is no lies. Okay, we tell them it does this. Do you want to buy it for 27? If they buy it for 27, then when they say, oh, well, it does bookmarking, this, whatever, after, great. They can either take it, but don't complain about it. Don't complain about it. Those guys have figured it out. This is what I can put on the front end. This is how I can upsell the OTO1. This is the extra money that will cost for me to sell this, for me to build it so that I can sell it for this price. And that's just the way it works. It's a business, guys. It's just the same as if you go into McDonald's and they say, would you like some extra fries or a larger size of fries? They can't give it to you for nothing. Okay, but it's all congruent with your order. Okay, so that's how it works. So anyway, you will get the product funnels designed for maximum sales, and everything will be in that first spec that I do for you, so that we have a very, very good product, a comprehensive product being done. Now, when that product is ready, we release to my list with a webinar and some email promotions, and I will get some other affiliates as well, big affiliates that might email that for me as well. Now listen, at this point what we're doing is we're not doing that low cost front end, we're doing a complete software, the full version. and it's going to be priced at a lower price than what it will be by the time they go through a product launch funnel. So in a product launch funnel, it might be, 27, 37 for one computer or two computer license, and the OTO again 27, 37, then another OTO 67, then another OTO 97, etc. But if we sell that to, initially after the first release for 197, okay, and we make 200, 300, 400 sales, well, go and calculate. How much is that? Do you think you get your money back? Absolutely. You made your money back in just 10 sales, and quite significant money to be made beyond that 10 sales as well. Okay, so anyway, this is how it all works, and this is how we do the product releases through to the product launches, designed from the initial product idea. This, when I'm creating a product idea, I've already got all this in my mind. I've already got funnels in my mind for you. Okay, now the sales copy for the initial release will be written by me. Okay, but we got access to top copywriters, and some of them we don't even need to pay up front, but we can pay them during the launch. Okay, that happens quite often, and this is a very, very good way to do it, to be able to get a real quality copywriter on board. Okay, now membership site stuff, it needs to be done. It needs to be done with the first release. We do this. I've got myself, LOL can do this. I've got a whole bunch of people can do this, and we can do this really, really fast. Okay, and we set it up with our licensing system as well. So you don't even need to look for, where do I get licensing? Oh, and you don't need to look and think optimized press is expensive or wish loop is expensive. It's all there. It's all done for you. Okay, so all that technical frustration is out of the way. All you want to do is make sure your product is working. Make sure you've got your tutorial videos. Make sure that you are right and involved with the launch to make it as good as it possibly can be, and working under my wing. Okay, now things like the webinar and the email promotions, I will take care of all that, but you will be there. Okay, I will even do the webinar presentation for you if you're not comfortable to do it yourself. Now, when we do the product launch, of course, we need affiliates. So we bring in JV managers at that point. Good JV managers, people we can trust, people who we've worked with before, people we know can get results, people that you probably wouldn't be able to get their attention otherwise. Okay, now these guys will take a share of the launch, otherwise they're not going to do the work. Okay, but we're going to get that buyers list, and we're going to do that post promotion as well. And don't forget, at this stage you've already made some money from the initial release. Okay, and then we set up the retargeting campaigns. Well, we've got the pixels, everything ready for those various pages I mentioned before, which again is the pre-launch page, your sales page, bonus pages, and we make sure that we are retargeting those people for a post-launch promotion. But in places like JVisa, when somebody buys, we have it in the settings that we can automatically register them for a webinar. So we can set them up for a series of webinars where we are, showing them great product after great product, some training, another product, whatever way we want to do. Okay, so we can set up 4, 6 webinars, all with one registration and 1 week apart, where we're making money, we're doing training, we're making money, we're doing training, etc. And we're giving value, as well as asking them to visit a buy button. Okay, doesn't always have to be a buy button at the end of every communication with your list. Okay, it's a very, very important lesson. That's why you see me doing so many webinars. There is no buy button. I'll go through a whole 12-week series of white hat SEO like I just finished, where there was not a buy button in sight anywhere in that 12 weeks, and that is just part of the engagement that we do. Okay, but you also want to have things like a Facebook page set up, and Facebook group set up, so that we can be able to communicate with the buyers. You can communicate and engage, and you can help people. Okay, and when they get to know you in real time in the social media platforms, that's a great thing as well. That will increase your conversions when you are promoting other people's stuff as well. So basically, all of this done for you. And if you scroll down the page, you can see it's just a simple 3-step process. I come up with the product idea, I map it out, spec it out, give it to you. You take it to Upwork, you find the coders, filter them down, give me the last 3 or 4 good ones. I will tell you they're good or not. I will negotiate if they are good, and you make a decision who you want to work with. Then we release the product and get into a product launch and the post-launch stuff. And you can recap down here everything that I'm showing you. And you can see here I'm giving you some different options. Now in the options here you can see option 1, 2,500, option 2, 5,000. Okay, option 1 is everything I've mentioned. Absolutely everything I've mentioned, with the addition that you will do some profit share with me. Okay, that means if you make $1, I make 50 cents of that dollar. Okay, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. It will cost you 5,000 to have this service otherwise. Okay, you can actually make more money if you do this one, but it's entirely up to you. In either of these options, we always split the leads. Okay, we have a guy that fixes this for us, that if somebody makes a purchase, then that lead will go into the JV manager's list, will go into your list, will go into my list, and that is non-negotiable. Okay, that's why we do launches, to build a list. All of us are doing launches to build a list. That's more important than the launch revenue. Launch revenue, when you see people saying, "Oh yeah, we did a six-figure launch," it's kind of yeah, they did, but they didn't actually make as much money as that themselves. 50% goes out to the affiliates to begin with. Plus, you've done a bunch of coupon codes and stuff like that, or discount codes and stuff like that. And plus, then you get the JV Zoo fees, and then you get your PayPal fees, etc., etc., and then you've got your partners to pay. So at the end of it, what is really valuable is that buyer's list. Okay, so if you scroll down the page and you see all this, and you can see down the bottom here, we got some FAQ sections about the product FAQs, launch FAQs, after launch FAQs, guarantees, all that kind of stuff. You can see in here exactly what we are offering, and it's a great deal. This is a great deal. You know, I paid 5,000 to somebody before. If I could have got this for 5,000, I would have grabbed it. If I could have got this for 2,500, I would have grabbed it twice. Honestly, it's that good, because this saves you all the frustration. It's a fast track to success. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Okay, and I've already spoken to some people that we will be launching with to make sure that they're on board, and they're fine. They know that it's my ideas going into this product, and they know that it's going to be a great funnel. Okay, so we have the support. Now, this price, it might seem a little bit high for you right now. What I did when I had the chance is I found the money. I just found it. If I really wanted to do it, then I found the money. Okay, and it's like that life sometimes. If you really want to do something, you find the money, you make it happen, and you know, you borrow it, whatever, beg for it, whatever, you get it, and you get the money, and you get in. Now, I can only do this for 10 people. Okay, I can only do this for 10 people. I cannot do it for more than 10 people because I've got other things going on. I've got my own products going on as well. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm very prolific at product launch stuff. I'm very prolific at creating products and product ideas that I don't always get the time to do, you know, to get them developed. I mean, this first one that my coaching student is going to be doing, that to me is a six-figure product. I wanted to get my coder to do this about 3 months ago. 2 months later, it's still not done. 2.5 months later, it's still not done. And he's saying to me, well, you know, can you create an idea for me? And, you know, I'll take it, I'll get it developed and whatever else. Yeah, fine. Do this one. Do this one first. This is going to be definitely a very, very big product. So, you know, it's like that. I'm very, very prolific at creating the ideas. Okay. In the last week alone, I've created 3 different ideas, and those are all done in the same way, very, very comprehensively, to make a very good product on the front end, a very high converting product for pre-launch when we release into my list, a very comprehensive product that we can break down into OTOs and make a high converting funnel from. All of that is in the thought process at the very beginning, and that's what happens. Okay, so if you've got any questions, you can send in an email to support@anthonyhayes.me. Okay, if you want to purchase, choose your option. Once you have purchased, it will take you to a simple thank you page that will simply tell you to get your Xacsa purchase ID and give me your Skype ID, send it to support@anthonyhayes.me, and then I will communicate with you within 24 hours, and we will do a one-on-one session, you know, almost immediately, and we will get this thing up and running for you. And you will have, you know, within a couple of days, within 3 or 4 days maximum, some specs to go to, you know, product mapped out, all specced out, that you can go over to Upwork and start looking for your developers. And once you start to get some responses for, you know, we can communicate a few times one-on-one on Skype calls, etc. Go through some of them just to get you on the right track, what you're looking for, until you've grasped the concept of what you need to do to get a very good coder. And then once you've got your product developed, we go out and start making money and start building a list. Simple as that. Okay, this is a great, fantastic offer. This is fast track. That's why I've called it I Am Alpha Xtreme. Okay, now I did promise you I was going to show you some stats as well. Now I'm going to show you the different parts of the evolution. Okay, now apart from when I was a newbie, so this is getting into about stage 2 when I started creating my own products actually. And you can see in here, actually this is stage 3 when I started to get a mentor, but I still had a lot of work to do myself. You can see, you know, I've done a couple of launches in here in Warrior Plus as WSOs, 62,000 visitors, and I actually did not too bad here with about nearly 3,000 sales. That conversion rate is horrible. but that comes down to the quality of the sales pages, and this is why you need somebody who really knows what they're doing, because this is what it looks like when you don't really know what you're doing. In fact, this is actually a lot better than what it would look like if you did this without, if you tried to do this yourself. Because, a couple of launches doing 66,000, that isn't too bad. Okay. Now, after that, what happened is, I've also got some other Warrior Plus accounts because I kept going through different PayPal accounts. There's another one there that's got a tool called Tube Backlink Commander that did about $70,000 as well. And then I started to use better partners, and I understood a lot more by that time about funnels, about how to make high converting funnels. Now look at the difference. Before, 62,000 visitors for a couple of launches. This is 2 launches. Visitors 193,000. Sales from 2 launches 11,336. You can see this is all Tube Live Commander, IFTTT Backlink Commander. Okay, total sales for 2 launches, and that was within the space of 1 month as well, between December and January last year. Okay, 370,000 revenue from those 2 launches. Okay, but that's not all. Okay, this is where the real magic comes in, and this is what I do differently from many other product creators that I know. If you look in here, look at the sales are only 3,378. You look at the revenue, it's almost 400,000 in here. Now look here, affiliate commissions 26,000. What's that? We make almost 400,000 in revenue, and only 26,000 came from affiliates. You can see this is the value of working with me, because I do this all the time. This is me with multiple products that I sell to my own list first and post launches as well. Okay, first release and then post launch promotions. This gives me revenue, in the main, without very much affiliate commissions. You will see something called partner commissions. This is what I pay to my coders. Okay, I've got to deal with my coders. They get a percentage of sales. They build the tools I want. Okay, they're available on demand. If something needs fixed, I will contact them and say, update it, please. Okay, so this is what happens. So you can see here, revenue 400,000. Very, very little of that going over to affiliates. And if you wanted to not use partners the same way as I use partners, that's fine. You can save yourself, a bunch of money there if you pay them up front. But don't forget, if you go to a programmer, 3 months down the line, and you need something updated, then he will probably expect to get paid after 3 months. Sometimes it's just easier to give him, some money up front, give him a percentage, but we can talk about all that kind of stuff anyway. But you can see, there's a huge amount of sales going on here just from very, very few products. Okay, this is not the only Xtreme account, and not the only JV0 accounts that I've got, and not the only Warrior Plus accounts that I've got. Okay, we do some special accounts for different launches and stuff like that. We do some special accounts for webinar specials and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and this is just the vendor sales. This is not the affiliate sales. Okay, so you can imagine once you get into this kind of level that you're talking about very, very a very, very lucrative business, and you just got to decide why you want to do that, and that is the most important thing to keep you going. It's not about the money. For me, it's about the freedom. Okay, it's the freedom. I can live in a beautiful 2-story villa with a full-size swimming pool, and I've got my 4 Labradors, and I've got my beautiful girlfriend, her daughter, staying here, and I've got my daughter coming over as well in a month or 2, and she's going to be staying here for a while. That freedom, that I can get up in the morning and do whatever I want. I don't have a boss. I don't have to put on a suit and get to an office and all that kind of stuff. I have complete freedom. Okay, and that allows me to be as creative as I possibly can be without feeling the stress. Okay, so this is what you be able to focus on, to be able to achieve yourself by using someone who has the experience that I've got. Okay, that I'm willing to part with you, so that I can get these product ideas created as well, because we cannot possibly do them all. Okay, so if you're interested, you can choose to buy from the buy button, put your details in as soon as you have made the purchase, and I will be in contact within 24 hours. If you've got additional questions, send an email to support@anthonyhayes.me, and avoid those evolution steps. Okay, go to the fast track and be able to get results like this, consistently, building up, building up, so that you're making money all the time. Okay, thanks guys, talk to you later, bye.